starting all the way over once again. This is a story time. As my first YouTube video, I figured I would tell the story of the time I lost a friend, because I think this is a learning experience, not just for me, but for other people who could be watching. And I think it's a good story. So, once upon a time, not long ago, I had a friend. We're gonna call this friend Amanda. Amanda is a piece of work. Let me say that. So, me and Amanda used to be really close. It was me, Amanda, and another girl, and we're gonna call her Brittany, because ABC, I forget. I thought that was cool. Well, I didn't think it was. I'm lame, that's why. So me, Amanda, and Brittany, we were like the three musketeers. You couldn't tell us nothing. Like, we all were always together. We were super close. And sometimes things happen that are out of your control, and there are growing experiences that you just have to live through. And this was definitely a growing experience. So Amanda one day decides she don't want to talk to us no more. And this is like an every other day kind of thing, to the point where me and Brittany are like, we don't want to put up with this anymore. So we stopped feeding into the let's play Sherlock Holmes and figure out what's wrong with Amanda, because there's just no point in doing it anymore, because a lot of the times it was something so minor and unnecessary it didn't even make sense. So we would ask once. If she didn't tell us, we would just leave it alone and be like, it is what it is. She'll get over it. She always gets over it. So one day, as I'm moving, I'm gone. Like, I'm not in California anymore. I'm in a group chat with Amanda and another girl. We're gonna call her Hannah. Me, Amanda, and Hannah are all in a group chat. At this point, Brittany and Amanda, they're not friends anymore. And I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral. Okay? I'm just like, maybe she's gonna get it. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not. So at this point, I'm giving Amanda the benefit of the doubt that she's gonna get it together, realizes that she has really good friends, and stop being such a butt face. So me and, what did I say her name was? Hannah. Me, Hannah, and Amanda, we're all in a group chat, and we're talking about something so stupid. Brittany, we're talking about Demi and Wilmer breaking up. And then all of a sudden the conversation just goes left, and Amanda starts going in on me and Hannah, and we're just like, what? Where'd that come from? I'm so lost. Like, literally, I was like, one, I was just kidding. Two, calm down, because it's really not that serious. And Amanda's the kind of person that she doesn't deal with things up front and talk to the person that she has an issue with. She goes to social media and she vents there, and she tries to drag people through the dirt online. And I see it. I always see it. And so I know that she's talking about me. And I'm like, okay. I get so mad because A few months ago, I had literally had this conversation with her. If you have a problem, we're trying to work on our friendship, then just talk to me. That's all you have to do. You have my number. You text me about stupid stuff. So obviously if I do something you didn't like, tell me and I'll fix it. It's really that simple. And we had that conversation a couple months ago when she pulled the stunt before. And you're probably saying, if she did this before, why did you be her friend again? Once again, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I 100% believe in second chances. Completely. And sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not. That's all I'm gonna say. So she's on social media just trying to drag me through the dirt, and then she brings Brittany into the conversation, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, me and Brittany, we're best friends, and I'm not gonna have you talking about her like that because it's disrespectful, and that used to be your friend too, and you should, like, there's just some things you don't do. We're all of us are on Twitter defending each other against Amanda, and at some point we all stopped responding because we realized
this is stupid.
We're going in circles. It's getting nowhere. So what's the point in continuing to add fuel to the fire? There is none. It's just like the stress that being friends with Amanda caused me was pointless. And I'm just like, why am I putting myself through this when I know that I don't have to? Yeah. So she contacts me 2 days later, sends me this long drawn out text message, and I'm like, really? Like, it's been 2 days. We haven't said anything on Twitter, on Facebook, on anything for 2 days. Well, I haven't, because I stopped responding, because that's the best thing you can do with people who, you know, just want to be mean or want to attack you and do this and that. The best thing you can do is stop responding, because literally all they want out of you is a reaction, and if you give that to them, they win. She texts me, I read it, and basically it says, you know, you're such a terrible person because you didn't delete your tweets, and because you like, you're bullying me and like, you're harassing me, and if you don't delete them, I'm gonna take further action. And I was reading the text message like, what kind of further action can you take when my aunt and my mom in the hallway? My mom knows that I'm trying to record. So she's telling me that I'm a bully and I'm harassing her, and she's gonna call the cops and take all this further action or whatever. And I'm like, I live in Texas. I'm not doing anything to you. So what? I didn't delete my tweets. I don't see the big deal. Everybody already saw them anyway. What's the point? Like, there's no point. Exactly. I'm like, well, I'm not deleting my tweets. If you don't want to look at them, then stay off my Twitter. I'm like, I'm not going to delete my tweets. Like, if you don't want people to know what you said, you shouldn't have said it. And she goes, because I had screenshotted her tweets and I posted them to my Twitter. And I was like, because I was being petty. I will admit that. I was being petty. And yeah, so she was just like, you know, I'm gonna call the cops and this and that, and I'm gonna tell my mom. I picked up my phone. My phone was already in my hand. I did not pick up my phone. My phone was already in my hand. So I go to my contacts, I call her mom, and I tell her mom everything, play by play, what has happened over the last 2 days. I haven't seen anything online for the rest of the day. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I see she posted about me again. And I was like, really? She posted the worst pictures of me. Like bad angle, bad cropped pictures. And I'm like, really? Really now? Are you? And she knows that I hate these pictures. That's why she posted them. Because I look like a potato. In these pictures, like I look terrible. And I retweeted it. I screenshotted it and posted it, and I was like, haha, nice try, laughing at it, because I thought it was hilarious that she was really trying so hard to hurt me and it just wasn't working. And so I don't know what happens between then and then this next time, but like she texts me again and she's like, oh, I only posted that stuff because you won't delete your tweets, and I was like, I'm still not deleting my tweets. Like, oh my god, get over it. It's not that serious. Like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, so stop talking to me. And the whole time Brittany's like, block her, and I just like, I probably should have blocked her at the time, because then it would have saved me so much trouble just to be like, goodbye. Like, I don't know why I didn't block her, to be honest. I think I was just lazy and I didn't want to go find her name and then block her and do all that. I just don't see the point in doing all that. Like, if I say I don't want to talk to you anymore, I'm just not gonna talk to you. I mean, it's just that simple to me, at least. And so yeah, so she posts those terrible pictures on Twitter, and I'm just like, you didn't faze me, boo-boo. You didn't faze me. Like, granted, I am human. I'm not like some robot or anything, but at first I was so bad, because I was like, we were supposed to be best friends. Like, you know, like, there are some things you just don't do to people, especially when you guys were like super close. And you know, I was at her house, she was at mine, you know, I invited her to my church, we were like the Three Musketeers. But then, you know, like, in situations like this is when people's true colors comes out, and that's when you see them for who they really are. And I was like, I never in a million years would have thought that I would be subject to like all this hate from one person who was supposed to be my best friend. Like, some things just you don't expect. And like, it is what it is now, but I mean, like, whatever. And I guess the moral of the story is, watch who you call your friends. Like, don't just jump into a relationship and be like, oh, we're besties. I'm not saying that's what I did, because that is not what I did. But I'm just saying, you know, be careful with the people you hang around, because, you know, not everybody's meant to be a friend. Some relationships just aren't meant to just last forever, you know. And if you're ever in a situation where you're being harassed online, in person, report it. Because nobody deserves to be bashed or treated horribly because, you know, they don't like you or you don't like them. Like, nobody deserves that. Whether they have thick skin, whether they're like soft and sensitive, like, it just doesn't matter. You do not treat people like that. So, my uncle's outside my window. That was scary. So yeah, so that's the moral of the story. Thumbs up my video, subscribe, follow me. I'll post all my links below, and